Trapped in the basement of the morgue, Cam and Lauren strategize their escape from the dead. Hello everyone, I'm Steve from Valhartv, and today I'll be reviewing Day of the Dead Episode 2. So we start out back in the morgue, of course, where one of the guys named Dale gets curious and opens one of the doors up to where the bodies are laying. And they're like, "Dang it, Dale, what did you do?" And he's like, "Oh, nothing, it stopped." And it all goes to heck, man. I actually laughed at that part because it was funny, because when we find out a little more about Dale, I was just like, that's okay, that's typical. So I cracked up on that part. That was a good part because they're literally all like freaking out about Lauren having a bite on her neck, and the one guy is like, "I'll suck the poison out." So that whole thing was great because the lines were actually kind of funny in that part. So they do end up coming up with a plan, her and Cam, and they decide to take a dead body and start throwing chunks of it out to get the zombies to come away from the building so the other people can escape. So hence why they call it Chum, in this one, because they're using it as Chum to try to get the zombies to follow them. So this part was kind of good, but that's really about it. Like, we end up meeting the mysterious Dr. Logan at the drill site, and she ends up saving the cop there. And we end up seeing her, like what type of person she really is after that, and the things that she talks to the drill site foreman about, and he's all smiles. So I was like, really? But then, of course, we cut to the mayor, and she's confronted by a whole bunch of people in front of the polling place, I believe it is. It's either that or it's the old age home. I can't remember which one, but she comes out and she's like, you can't be here. It's election day. You can't be in front of this place. And they're like, "Oh, there's nothing saying we can't be here." And her opponent's just some kind of douche. I mean, I don't know how else to put it. He's all like trying to quote the laws, saying that they're not there protesting, but they are there protesting, and it's kind of like, wait, what? So that part was a little weird, but then they walk back in to the place, and this guy comes in to confront him, and of course something happens. So I did chuckle at this because they end up toting around a body, and they have to try to stash it someplace. So of course her husband's an idiot because he's a guy, so he's not too bright. And the mayor does put him down, which I kind of was like, yeah, you don't really put somebody down that you're married to like that unless you really don't like them. But that's besides the point. So he's all trying to pretend with this body, like it's his dad or something. So he's going way overboard, and I chuckled at that part, and so there was two good parts to actually kind of laugh at. But other than that, yeah, so they keep going along, and it's all about what's going on with the mayor and everything. And we don't really get to cut back to Cam and them. We see them drive away. Well, we do, actually, because we see them driving away, and then the Dr. Fisher, the guy who's getting married and doesn't know if he really wants to at this point, runs out in front of their hearse, and you're like, wait, what? What happens next? I was just like, wow, okay, and that's kind of where they end the episode. So they're trying to end this on cliffhangers, but it doesn't really work well. I think they should have put that before the mayor stuff and maybe left off with that in this case. Again, all the effects are sci-fi effects. They're all practical effects right now because they're all zombies. They know about zombies, but they really don't know that you got to shoot them in the head. And even if you do, they don't die. They just keep going. So it's kind of weird. I don't know if one of the movies, because I haven't seen all of the Dead series completely, so I don't know if there is one movie where the zombies evolve to that point where they, even if you try to shoot them in the head, they don't die. I can't, like I said, I haven't seen all of those movies. But all the tropes and cliches in this are over the top. They are exaggerated greatly to try to emphasize them. So it's a little weird. They keep trying to throw in the blood and gore every so often to keep people watching it, like they think that's going to help. But it's so few and far between right now because they're trying to do all this backstory, and it just doesn't really work well. Like this episode, the acting in it is fine for a sci-fi show. Like there really hasn't been a lot of great sci-fi shows unless you want to go back to like the 90s, maybe early 2000s. Most of the sci-fi shows, are mediocre to okay at best. So this is one of them. I would give this episode at least a 5.5, maybe 6 out of 10 at the most. I did chuckle at a couple of parts, like I said. So, this basically was giving more backstory with the mayor and Fisher, the doctor, who's going to get married. So we get to see that. We get to see Cam and them try to actually be smart and try to get zombies away so other people can escape. So I did like that part. If you guys have seen it, let me know. If you haven't, let me know. Let me know what you think about this episode down below. If you guys like what I do, please hit the like button and also subscribe, and I'll be doing more content. Take care for now, everyone.